Hey guys, today's how-to is going to be how to build a chemical reaction water bottle rocket. What you're going to need is a marker, some cardboard, a pair of good scissors, a water bottle, tape measure, some hot glue, a cork, baking soda, vinegar, and some tissues. Alright, so first what you're going to do is take out one of your pieces of cardboard and you're going to draw out a fin pattern. Okay, so I'm going to start, and I just kind of made a quick pattern with my Sharpie. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that out using my scissors. Okay, so once I have my first fin pattern out, I'm just going to go ahead and trace out the other patterns or the other pieces using my Sharpie. Alright, so now that I have my three fins all cut out, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start with taking my bottle. Alright, I'm just using a regular 2-liter soda bottle. Alright, this can be done with any size bottle, but a 2-liter bottle will give you a nice rocket. Alright, and I'm going to start by measuring its diameter. Okay, so the diameter is measured to be 14 inches. Alright, so 14 inches divided by 3 is roughly 4 inches and 5/16. So I'm going to go ahead and try to measure that out. So every 4 inches, and so 4 1/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16. Make a mark. I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright. So once I have that, I can go ahead and just draw a couple, make my lines a little bit longer. Really just basically trying to mark so that when I glue on my fins, they're pretty even all the way around, okay? Alright, so we're going to need to make sure we mark onto our rocket so that our fins, when we place our fins on top of our rocket, alright, that we have enough room down at the bottom to be able to put the cork. So we don't want to put it too close to the bottom, alright, we want it too high, so we want to try to find it just the right height. Okay, and so once we have done that, we find a good height, we can make a mark. Alright, and then simply all I'm going to do is put my marker down on the table, and I'm going to spin my bottle and rotate that on top of the marker, and it leaves a line across all the way around. Alright. And now simply all we have to do is go ahead and hot glue our fins to our rocket. So I'm going to apply some hot glue. And you can be relatively generous with the hot glue. Mark my first fin. I'm going to go ahead and hold that there while it dries. We can even add a little bit more glue. Just to secure it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let that dry. Okay, so now for the chemical reaction portion. All right, so as we talked about, in our chemical reactions, that means that a substance is reacting with another substance and it's becoming a whole new substance. It's changing its chemical properties. And so we've learned about baking soda and vinegar. Of course, when we add or mix baking soda and vinegar, all right, we change that baking soda and the vinegar, the acid, into a carbon dioxide gas. So we know that a chemical reaction is occurring because we have a carbon dioxide gas being formed. So we're going to use that property to build pressure inside our rocket. So what you saw me just do is I took my tissue and I separated it into 2 ply, okay? So that we have 1 ply, because we want this here is going to act as our fuse, and we want it to be relatively thin. So I'm going to go ahead and be pretty generous with my amount of baking soda. All right, so I added a fair amount of baking soda. I might even add a little bit more. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take my baking soda and I'm going to kind of wrap it up almost like a burrito. So I'm going to wrap the 2 ends up, and I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. So it's looking like a big giant baking soda burrito. All right, as you guys can see, because what that's going to do is that's going to be able to fit down inside our bottle. All right, so once I have my burrito rolled up, I'm going to use a little bit of tape here just to kind of keep it from falling apart on me. All right. If you're doing this right away, then you don't have to worry about it. But again, just kind of keeps from making a big mess before we're ready to make a mess. All right, so I have my burrito all set, and it looks like it should drop directly down into my So the next thing that we need to do is go ahead and fill up our bottle with some vinegar. I'm going to go ahead and open up the top. And of course I'm going to use a funnel because we don't want to make a mess. Okay. Packed. There we go. So the fun part about this is that there's no real exact measurement. Okay, you can experiment with that, but I'm just going to go ahead and pour in a fair amount. Okay, so we have a good amount in there, maybe about a cup of vinegar. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put my cap back on so that I don't spill. And we're going to take the rest of this little thing outside. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and find a launch site. We're going to avoid some landmines that my dogs have left and my daughters have not picked up. All right, so pretty simple. What we're going to do is just take the cap off. All right, of course, we're going to put our safety glasses on. And real simple, we drop in our baking soda. Again, the tissue acts as a fuse. It's going to slow it down. Gives me long enough time to put the cork inside and then flip it upside down. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and drop that in there. Maybe a little too big, but it's all right. We'll get it in. All right, put my cork in, nice and tight. Shake it up a little bit. Allow that tissue to back up. All right. So that went across the yard, across the street. And we'll pick up my rocket. It looks like it got destroyed. All right, a successful launch. Hopefully you guys will have some fun with that. Try not to break your neighbor's house like I did. All right, have a good one.